Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lindsay. I make videos a few times a week about minimalism, sometimes about parenting, sometimes about random things. I mostly talk about minimalism though, and today we are going to talk about the 50 things that I am not buying in 2024. So my disclaimer, this is not a judgment on you if you buy these things. I probably buy things that you do not buy. And so this is just my list. Some of these things I have bought a lot of over the years. Some things I don't buy a ton, but in 2024, we just have some financial goals that we want to accomplish. And so these are just things that are specific to us that we want to cut out. And I'll kind of go into the reasoning and why we aren't buying specific things. So let's get into today's video. Number one would be upgraded tech. We have computers, we have phones, we actually just purchased a TV, which is a different story for a different day, about why we got rid of our projector and went with a TV instead. But all of our tech is relatively new, and when I say relatively new, within the last couple of years. And so for 2024, I don't see us having to replace any of our tech. Number two would be new books. I might be buying some books for myself for Christmas. The ones that I would buy would be physical books, because there are a few that I cannot find the ebook or the audiobook version. I said in a prior video that I try to only do audiobooks or ebooks just because it makes life simple and I don't have to move them if and when we move. And so taking books is a big hassle. But there are a few. One I will tell you is Magda Gerber's Caring for Infants. I saw this recommended by the Mellow Mama on Instagram. I probably will be purchasing her book, and because it's more manual type, I think I'm gonna buy the physical book so I can mark it up. The other book has to do with theology, and I just cannot find an ebook or an audiobook version, but it's by, I think his name is Norman Geisler. I think I said that right. And the book is called Chosen But Free. If you know me, you know that I have been heavily into Reformed theology for the past 10 years, but after doing my own study and research, I think I'm moving out of Reformed theology. And if there's any Calvinists watching this, don't come at me in the comment section. This is just my personal take after doing a lot of study. Anyways, I would like to read those two books, but unfortunately I cannot find the ebook or the audiobook version. Number three would be stationery, pens, what was the other one? Highlighters, notebooks, things like that. I do have a notebook here. This is what I use for all of my YouTube planning, content ideas, lists, which is the 50 items I wrote down. But I don't plan on buying any more in the next year. Number four, new furniture. Again, unless something catastrophic happens, I don't see us having to replace anything in our house. Number five would be the box subscriptions. So things like BarkBox, KiwiCo, the Love Every box, which I love the Love Every box. If I ever become like a really big YouTube channel, the only sponsor I want is Love Every, but they're expensive. And so the Love Every box, I'm just trying to think of other box subscriptions, but I can't think of any more at the moment. But we're not gonna do any of those for 2024. Number six would be coffee outside of my house. Now, I love some coffee. I drink coffee every day, multiple times a day. I drink my coffee black, and I don't see a need for getting it out. The exception would be if we're going on for a long distance car ride, or if I'm at an airport, then perhaps I would get coffee out. Number seven, cosmetics. Y'all, I've tried to be a makeup person. I'm just not. I don't like it. It makes my face break out. I don't like having to use the face wipes and the cleaners. My face is just much happier when I don't use makeup. Number 8 would be trendy home decor. When I think of trendy home decor, I really think of Hobby Lobby, like the signs and the fall and the Merry Christmas and all of that stuff. I also don't like having things on my walls. That's just a personal preference, but I don't love wall art. Number 9 would be excess groceries. I am horrible at this. I like to buy bulk. I like to buy a lot. I like to have a lot on hand. I love options, but a lot of it gets wasted, especially if it's fresh food. I try not to buy in excess, and I know that like prepping and stuff like that's very popular on YouTube. You will never find prepping content here because I'm just not a prepper. If it all hits the fan, I'll just go be with Jesus. Number 10, disposable kitchen utensils. So I'm thinking knives, forks, spoons, things like that. Even when we have like parties and stuff, we don't have a big house, so we typically don't have really large parties, but we just use our regular dishes. Number 11, fast food. And this will probably be the hardest one on my list for me personally. It is so easy to go through McDonald's drive-thru. When I've had a bad day, when we're busy, when I don't feel like cooking, so easy to go get fast food. We'll see how it goes. Number 12 would be Amazon Prime. I spend too much money on Prime, on non-essential things. I like Prime. I'm not against Prime. This isn't anything against Amazon. Personally, I just spend too much money on there. And we don't really use the Prime Video benefits to justify the cost. Number 13 would be manicures and pedicures. I love the idea of manicures and pedicures, but I don't love the cost, so we're not gonna do that. Number 14 would be single-use kitchen gadgets. If we buy a kitchen gadget, it has to be multi-purpose. Number 15 would be plants. I had 2 plants that I tried to keep alive. One died, and then one my puppy was trying to eat. And so my sister actually has it right now until my puppy gets older. So no plants. And fake plants are ridiculously expensive. I saw a fake plant at Costco the other day for like $200. I don't do fake plants for $200. Number 16 would be phone cases. I used to be a phone case hoarder, but in 2024, I love the phone case that I have. It's a Spigen, it's black, and it has a kickstand. It's great. I'm not gonna upgrade my phone case. Number 17 would be holiday decor, and this kind of goes back into the trendy house decor. We really only decorate for Christmas. We don't decorate for many of the other holidays. If I do decorate, I also like to decorate with consumable things. Number 18, perfume. I have mixed feelings about perfume. On the one hand, some of it smells really nice, but on the other hand, there's documentaries out there talking about how bad it can be for you. I am using up some that I bought, not this year, but last year. I think it should last me through 2024. I don't use it daily, so I don't plan on buying any more in 2024. Number 19 would be dishes, plates, or cups. We use mason jars for cups, and then we have a Corelle dish set that we've had forever. They last forever. My daughter has even dropped a plate on the ground and it did not break. Number 20 would be toys. I actually got a lot of flack on my Christmas gift video, the video that I put out 2 days ago, but we don't do a lot of toys. Maybe I should do a what my kids own video. We have a few staples that are really big hits in our house. So we have Magnetiles, we have Barbies, specifically the Chelsea Barbies are a really big hit. We have Magnetiles, Barbies, Legos. My daughters have Legos for days. So we buy toys for Christmas and birthdays. Something that we're gonna implement for 2024 is an allowance for our older two so that they can save up their money or they can buy something. There's really not gonna be a whole lot of limits around what they're allowed to purchase. In 2024, besides birthdays and Christmas, we're not gonna buy toys, but they are welcome to buy pretty much whatever they want. with their money. Number 21 is prepackaged snacks. They're just more expensive. In a pinch, they are great, but I don't plan on buying them. Number 22, things that aren't washable. I just bought a throw blanket for our couch and I love it. It's great. It was on sale, brought it home, and you're not supposed to machine wash it or dry it. You're supposed to hand wash it. I just don't have time for that. Number 23 would be excess cleaners. I keep about 3 cleaners on hand, 1 for the counters, 1 for the sinks and toilets, and then 1 for the windows. Number 24 would be phone apps. I don't plan on purchasing any of the phone apps or any of like the subscriptions within the phone apps. Number 25 would be streaming subscriptions. We have the subscriptions that we already use and like. Number 26 would be new dog toys. This might be controversial. I know this is not everyone's case. I have 2 sisters that have BarkBox subscriptions and they both give me their extra toys. So for 2024, we should not have to buy extra new dog toys. Number 27, I don't think for next school year we are going to pay for homeschool co-op. It's not cheap and next year they are raising their prices. We are looking at some alternatives, but as of right now in 2024, after this school year, we're not paying for co-op. Number 28 is soda. The only soda I really like is Diet Coke, but I'm going to cut back in 2024. I'm gonna try and eliminate it altogether. Soda's just not that great for you. I really like sparkling water, so I will continue to buy that. Maybe I'll do a video on like things that I am going to buy in 2024 because I promise there's a lot of things. 29 would be water bottles or coffee mugs. We have a set of 4 coffee mugs that we keep in our cabinet. There's 2 black and 2 white. They're from Target. I think it's the Joanna Gaines brand. And for water bottles, I have a Stanley. I love my Stanley. It's great. Highly recommend a Stanley water bottle. Number 30 would be candles. I'm just not a candle person. I don't particularly love most of the scents, so I don't plan on buying any candles. Number 31 would be trinkets, and this can be a whole range of things, but anything trinket-like, I don't plan on buying. Number 32 would be clothes with sayings or loud logos. I do plan on updating my wardrobe in 2024, which is why clothing as a whole is not on this list, but I am going through Madison Gray's Wholehearted course, and she goes through her clothing and how she shops ethically and not fast fashion. So I do want to update my clothing in 2024, but I don't want to buy clothes with like sayings and logos. Number 33 would be influencer related goods. I am a sucker for this. The reason I bought the Yodo player and I also added in a board game for our girls was because I saw Ralphie from Simply on Purpose recommend it, and I love Ralphie. And then I'm buying 2 books for myself, physical books for myself for Christmas because the Mellow Mama recommended it. But in 2024, I'm gonna try and stay away from everything influencer related. 34 would be health supplements. I'm not against all health supplements, but I do think it can just kind of become a gimmick at some point. The only thing we use as far as health supplements go is we do supplement with vitamin D. My oldest daughter was having some health related issues at the beginning of the year. We thought it might be celiac disease, but she didn't have that, but we did learn that her vitamin D levels were really, really low. So we all supplement with a vitamin D supplement. But other than that, we don't use supplements. Number 35 would be cheap, fast fashion. Again, I plan on updating my wardrobe, but not with like H&M and Target and stuff like that. Number 36 would be purses. I'm not a purse person. I've really never been a purse person. I have a backpack. I have a Fall Raven Kanken backpack that I take to work. I use it as a diaper bag. I take it to church. I take it everywhere. 37 would be travel bags / suitcases. Last year we bought packed bags, P-A-K-T bags. I first heard about Packed through the Minimalist. They're a bit pricey. Sometimes they go on sale. I know they have an outlet too. Highly recommend. 38 would be a wallet. I'm not a wallet person either. I have, I think 5 cards in my wallet, and I don't need a big wallet, and I pretty much use them until they fall apart. Number 39 would be excess homeschool curriculum. This is another area that can really get me. This year we've been using a Becca because it's what our homeschool co-op uses. And actually I really love a Becca. However, we did Sunlight 2 years ago, and then we're doing a Becca this year. And if you look at their websites for the homeschool curriculum, if you buy the complete package, it's like your house just threw up homeschool curriculum. There's so much in these complete packages. So for next year, we do plan on using a Becca, but I think I'm gonna pick and choose the pieces that I want to buy out of it and not do the whole curriculum, because I feel like there's a lot of fluff, I feel like there's a lot of excess, and I like to keep my homeschool streamlined and minimal and focus on like core subjects. Number 40 would be organizational bins and totes. We do have some organizational bins, but I don't plan on buying any more. If I start to feel like I need organizational bins, then usually that's a sign that I should look at decluttering first. If I still need it, then I will go out and buy it. 41, anything that's just in case. So extra this or extra that, just in case I may need it. Number 42 would be anything that I can't pay for with cash. Now, obviously, there are some situations where you just can't pay cash, you know, if you have a medical emergency and it's just too much. But I feel like a lot of times, especially 5 years ago, I would go out and buy things and put it on the credit card that I just wanted. They weren't a need, I just wanted them, and I didn't want to wait, and I didn't want to save up for it. So in 2024, we're gonna say no to anything that we cannot pay with cash. Number 43 would be salon haircuts. I have been cutting my hair for the last 2 years. It probably isn't great. If you're a hairstylist, you might be cringing, but it works. I feel like with long hair, you can get away with more than if you have really short hair. So I'm gonna try and forego haircuts in 2024. Number 44 would be jewelry. I have a wedding band, I have an engagement ring, it's too big. I have been trying to get it resized for years. I just haven't done it. But I don't plan on buying any jewelry. I'm not a huge jewelry person. I don't have my ears pierced anymore. I don't wear bracelets. I actually don't even wear a watch. I don't love things on my wrist. 45 would be alcohol. I'm not a huge drinker, but we do occasionally like to buy the Truly popsicles or alcoholic popsicles, but alcohol can get expensive. So I don't think we're gonna buy alcohol. 46 would be workout equipment. I love the idea of a home gym. We don't have the space for it. We also live in an apartment, so fortunately we have a community gym that I can use that has all of the free weights, the treadmills, all of that. 47 would be nail polish. I don't like to paint my nails, so I'm not gonna waste money on that anymore. 48 would be new movies or movie tickets. Number 49, this also might be controversial. I don't buy face wash. I don't use face wash on my face. I actually try to do as little as possible to my face. And number 50 is plastic Tupperware. I was listening on Patreon to the Minimalists on my way home from work a few nights ago, and I think Josh said that he heard a statistic that we consume enough microplastic in 1 week to make 1 full credit card per week. And that blew my mind. And so a lot of this microplastic comes from plastic Tupperware, plastic bottles, stuff like that. We have glass Tupperware that has plastic lids, but obviously you don't put the lids in the microwave. So we've just been using glass Tupperware, but I'm gonna try and not buy plastic Tupperware. And it just doesn't last very long either. I feel like you're constantly having to replace it because it's cheap. It stains, it starts to get smelly. So there's my list of things I'm not buying in 2024 to save money to hopefully hit our financial goals. Let me know down in the comments what you're not buying in 2024, and I will see you in the next video.